Yo, family, what's good? And welcome back once again to another Kaspa video, where as we can see from the market chart, Kaspa has continued to showcase its bullish momentum, but better still, it is still outperforming Bitcoin and now outperforming the entire crypto market. As we can see in the past 7 days, in the past week, Kaspa is the number one best performing cryptocurrency, which is fantastic news for us Kaspa holders, in particular for those who bought in this recent pullback, in this recent dip. In this time frame, Kaspa has gone from roughly 3.6 cents, now being valued at 5.97 cents, is up currently 2.85% on the daily time frame, but in total, Kaspa's up roughly 65% in value, which is fantastic news. Now, as I mentioned in my previous Kaspa video, in our daily live streams, in our free Discord community, and equally in our VIP community everywhere, I mentioned that what we wanted to see, and needed to see arguably, is Kaspa rally above and hold above this bottom support band above 5.5 cents. For there to be a good chance for Kaspa to continue in this bullish momentum, and Kaspa has surpassed 5.5 and is therefore now wrestling with this 6 cent level of resistance. Now, shout out to Kaspa Lens for the creation of this website. We can now see what the order book looks like for Kaspa, where the significant levels of buying and selling is taking place, and therefore where the support and resistance is for Kaspa. Now, of course, you've got a lot of sell walls here around the 6.3 and 6.2 zone, but the most notable one for me right now is actually up here at 7 cents. So in the instance, and in my belief, likelihood that Kaspa buyers remain in control, if Kaspa also ends its trading day today above the support band, above this 5.96 cents zone, there's a good possibility and a pretty clean shot for Kaspa to rally up towards 7 cents, which is important because this is actually the bottom trend line on this asymmetrical triangle pattern for Kaspa. To learn more, family, level up your Kaspa and crypto knowledge, though, come join my free Discord community. Links are down below in the description, and also happy Thanksgiving as my members stay here as well. Now, for me, the next goal for Kaspa is actually to regain this asymmetric triangle pattern right now, which again, in the immediate future would be at 7 cents Kaspa. And I think it's very, very possible to take place in the next week, if not two, given the immediate catalyst. Of course, not financial advice, but just pay attention and listen to what I'm saying, and hopefully you understand where I'm coming from. Right now, Bitcoin's starting to showcase a bit more strength again, which is great news. And that's because the sentiment has shifted a bit more towards the bullish side of things after this mass liquidation event. And that's because the Fed, for one, they are ending QT next week on Monday. Very, very big news, very significant, because it means the Fed will stop taking money out of the banking reserves. Now, good, but it doesn't mean that QT is not enough. Ending is not enough for altcoins to rally, in my belief. Don't think so. But due to the significant lack of liquidity right now in the Fed reverse repo in the reserve banks, eventually the Fed will have to be forced to start printing money, to start QE, to start adding liquidity to the banking reserves. And that, when that happens, will shift that sentiment towards risk on again, benefiting crypto, benefiting Bitcoin, and therefore meaning Kaspa is going to rally even more. The ending of QT is enough of relief alone. QE will send altcoins parabolic. So that's going to be big starting on Monday next week. And then on Tuesday and Wednesday next week, you have Kaspa taking over London at the tokenized London event, where even Jonathan Sompolinsky will be attending and even speaking at this event. And I'm excited, honestly, because it's my first event. I'm actually going to be attending this event. So I cannot wait to interact to all the Caspians there, Wolfie's Bar, to also the likes of Blockchain Banter Boys and everybody else there. I'm looking forward to it, and hopefully I see you there as well if you are attending. And then that's just next week alone. Then the week following, cannot wait, because the week following is going to probably be one of the most important FOMC meetings to date. At the last FOMC meeting in October, the Fed were more hawkish. They said we may not need a third rate cut this year. And off the back of that, we saw rate cut odds go from 90% down to 30%. But now that hawkish stance has been effectively wiped out because of all the positive macro data coming out in the last week, and also some Fed speeches. That sentiment has flipped to more bullish again, to more dovish again. So now rate cut odds in the last week went from 30% to now 85%, which is really, really good news. And this for me could also trigger a continuation of this relief rally in Bitcoin, maybe seeing Bitcoin go up to the mid to high 90s, if not even 100K. And if that happens, that would also to me be a necessary catalyst to allow Kaspa to regain this asymmetric triangle, the 7 cent support level, and hopefully start testing the 8 and 9 cent levels again, going up a lot higher. In saying that though, from my perspective, due to the information and premium insights I've shared with my VIP community, I am not absolutely confident just yet that we'll see a massive Bitcoin and therefore crypto and Kaspa explosion in the short term, maybe not mid-term either, because there are certain catalysts and developments we need to take place. Namely regulations, but there are many, many more, of course. Those who are in VIP, we are aware what they are. But one thing I am certain of though, is that me and my VIPs were right. We've been saying this for almost half a year now. Almost half a year, I showcased a report from Signum Bank, which floated the idea that the traditional 4-year cycle for Bitcoin and crypto has now come to an end, and that 2026 won't be bearish. In fact, we'll see a lot of bullish price action next year. We've also seen reports from the likes of Bitwise and SwiftX that confirm this as well. And today, I just said to my VIPs as well, we showcased this report, this VIPs as well. Just today, we discovered another report from BitGet and Forbes, which reaffirms what me and my VIPs have been saying all this time, knowing therefore that we were and still are ahead of the rest of the retail market. We are ahead of the game and ready for what is coming. A new market structure and sustainable buying pressure will change Bitcoin's trajectory, resulting in continuous and gradual growth. Looking ahead into 2026, 2026 will be another strong year for the development of digital assets, and furthermore, we will see continued maturity and evolution. Long and short of it is, we are getting that cycle extension we've been talking about for almost half a year now. This is why research is so important, family. With it, you can avoid getting caught out by this market volatility. You can join our members who are locked in with these premium insights, as well as also being up over 1,000% in the last week. And our secret, very simply, is an expert trading team and all the education needed to help you understand it all to make as many gains as possible in this market. We have a special Black Friday sale going on right now, a discount where you can use the code NOV28 to get 35% off. So if you are ready to transform your trading and investing perspective, then click the link down below, join the VIP, and I hope to see you there, family. But now in other news, and equally very significant and somewhat relevant to Kaspa, the Korean exchange Upbit was recently hacked, where about $36.8 million was drained on the Solana network. As a result, Upbit has launched an urgent investigation immediately, suspending deposit and withdrawals, but they did say they will fully recover all customer losses, which is good, but again, family, it's the risk you take by leaving your money on an exchange. It's always better to safekeep your own crypto on a cold storage, be it one key, Ledger, Tangent, not your keys, not your crypto. Put it on a cold storage so this stuff does not happen to you, family, and keep your crypto safe. Now, some have also stated that, will Solana ever be safe to store your money? Now, to make it clear, I don't disagree with this statement, but in this instance, this hack is not an issue of the fundamental security of Solana. It's Upbit's fault. It just happened on the Solana chain. But I'm not going to disagree. The cracks in Solana are already starting to show as mass institutional adoption is starting to accelerate. It's still creeping in slowly, but it's picking up pace right now. Solana continuously goes down. It's never been known for its security or decentralization, only its scalability. But in saying that, what use is a scalable ledger if the network becomes congested constantly, thus temporarily shutting down because it cannot handle the congestion? None of the leading infrastructures in crypto can handle real world adoption. Ethereum, Bitcoin, Solana, they cannot do it. And we can see in this quote here, Ethereum depends on scheduled slot processors. Solana depends on a high single performance leader. Kaspa, though, depends on no one. Its block DAG architecture dissolves the structural bottlenecks that keep other chains tied to sequential block production. And Kaspa's throughput scales with an honest hash rate, not state concentration, nor validator rotation, not custom hardware. That makes Kaspa the only high-speed layer 1 that preserves Nakamoto-style decentralization while delivering sub-second conclusion and rapid finality. It isn't just a different approach, it's a superior one. Kaspa is the best possible infrastructure coming out right now, and that's going to be recognized very, very soon. The building and development for Kaspa protocol is still in its infancy, truth be told, which has resulted in many saying that Kaspa is not going to make it. It's too late. But all the more established chains, again, Bitcoin, Solana, Ethereum, and equally all the other ones that are just as if not even more established, they still do not have what it takes to onboard real world adoption at scale. We have seen the proof of it. And as we look onwards towards the increasing possibility of a cycle extension, as 2026 could be very, very bullish, it doesn't just look like another strong year for the development of digital assets, but it looks like a very strong year for the future adoption, development, demand, and therefore price of Kaspa as well. So much coming out for Kaspa next year. So the long and short of it, families, Kaspa still looks very, very strong. And in my belief, not financial wise, of course, Kaspa could be on for a breakout in the immediate future. Again, to learn more to transform your trading and investing perspective, family, come check out the VIP. And as always, remember, don't be emotional, be logical, and I'll see you in the next one.